Okay, you guys. Hey, everyone.
Hi.
I am glad to see all of you again. Thank you for coming. How was everybody's week?
I had a rough week.
You did?
Yeah. Don't judge me, but this
No.
boy that I had a crush on,
Yeah.
he started dating another girl.
Oh, man.
I'm like, why? Why is he attracted to her, not to me? But
Oh,
it's okay. I had a rough week.
that's really rough. I'm sorry, Ashley.
Thank you.
So sounds like that might fit into what this group's about. Like, are you comparing yourself to her a little bit?
I thought about what we talked about the last time.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and I did because I was thinking, she's 17, I'm 17. She's a cheerleader, I'm a cheerleader. Like,
Yeah.
why did he choose her?
Yeah.
So I did compare myself a little bit, and I was in the
Okay.
dump, but I thought about things that we shared,
Okay.
and I'm
Good. That's great. I think we're gonna delve into that a little bit later. Thanks
Okay.
for sharing.
Mhm.
So the reason we're here is once again because y'all are struggling with comparing yourselves to others, and it's making you feel kind of like crap about yourselves and making you sad. And we really want to work on that because all of you are special and great, and I don't want y'all feeling down about yourselves. But it's hard and it is normal, and especially at your age and even at my adult age, I do it too. So I want y'all to be compassionate with yourselves as well. So this is our second meeting, and I just kind of want to do a quick little question. Like, how is everybody feeling on a scale of 1 to 10 with sharing in this group? How are we feeling about, kind of opening up about maybe some of this difficult stuff? 10 being, I have no problem sharing in this group. I feel really comfortable. And 1 being, right now I don't want to share anything at all because I'm nervous. So let's do a 1 through 10. Let's go around. Barry, what about you?
I feel maybe on a 3 because all of them go to the same high school and I don't.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm getting there.
Sure. Thank you. What about you, Ashley?
Well, looks like I'm on a 10. I've already shared some stuff. So I'm on a scale of, I'll say 10.
And we love that.
I'm fine with sharing.
And I appreciate you doing that, Ashley, because that's going to make the other group members want to open up. So thank you. Suze, what about you?
I'll say a 7. I feel okay. I'm
Okay.
getting there.
You're feeling pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And I really I think that's pretty good for a second session. And as we go on, I think we're all going to be more comfortable. So that's great. What about you, Bluey?
I'm gonna say a 5 because I don't mind sharing. I'm just a quiet person.
Okay. And Bluey, I get that actually because I'm a quiet person too. But it'll be beneficial to share, and maybe we can all share some today. So last session we kind of just introduced the group and talked about what self-comparison is, and we identified some triggers. If y'all remember, what are some things that we do or things that people were around that kind of trigger us into that low self-esteem where we start to compare. A lot of you said social media, which we're going to dig into that some more today. But yeah, so this session we're going to be able to dig a little bit deeper. Has anybody applied anything from what we learned last time to your daily life since then?
Well, I have been. I applied or whatever what we discussed the last time to help me realize it's okay.
Yeah.
If the guy chose her. Take a deep breath. Everything's gonna be fine. I'm great as well.
Right.
So
that's
I
not a fault of yours.
Right. I self-reflect and I thought about all the good qualities that I have, and
that's great,
I'm okay.
Ashley.
I'm okay.
Ashley killed that. I'm really proud
of you. It took a
you.
few days. I was upset at first when it flashed up on Instagram, but
yes, of course.
Okay.
That's really great. Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you, Ashley. So I just want to talk a little bit more about what kind of self-comparison, social comparison is. It's a normal part of interacting with others. We all do it, and it is normal. But sometimes there's 3 motivations for doing this. First is self-assessment. So this is comparison for the purpose of looking at ourselves objectively to see how we stack up. compared to other people. Second is self-enhancement. This is when we compare for the purpose of making ourselves feel better about ourselves. Which usually that's kind of when we're mean in our head about somebody else. Well, at least my house is bigger than hers. That's kind of embarrassing for us to admit, but I have done it. Has anybody else done that before?
During Christmas time, I went over to one of my friends' houses, and it wasn't anything bad. I don't even know why these thoughts came up, but I looked at her Christmas tree and I was like, oh, what is that? Oh my goodness, at least my Christmas tree is much bigger and prettier than that little thing.
Yeah.
But it's just a thought that just came
It
up.
happens sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that you realized you did that. And the third reason that we'll do it is for the purpose of confirming our already existing opinion of ourselves. So maybe, for example, like a boy, let's say for a boy, this boy didn't talk to me today. Yeah, so that does mean I'm ugly. So you already think you're ugly, a boy doesn't talk to you, well, now that confirms that I am ugly, which is not true, but that is something that we do a lot. Can anybody give an example of like one of those three things I named, a time that they've compared themselves for one of those motivations? Self-assessment, self-enhancement, self-verification. If anybody, Bluey?
Was the last one self-verification?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in class, in one of my classes, I was raising my hand because I really, really studied, and I felt like, today I'm going to show that what I know, I study or whatever, but I noticed every time I raised my hand, the teacher, was picking other people, so I started to kind of feel like, well, maybe I'm not as smart anyway. I knew I wasn't smart, but for her to not pick me, she must also feel like he don't ever know what he's talking about when I call on him. So it made me think I'm not smart because she didn't pick on me that day.
Okay, yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Is there a chance that she just didn't pick on you because for no particular reason? Maybe she didn't see your hand first and
after thinking about it and self-reflecting, like you said the last time, I said to myself, it was a lot of us in that class. We're all trying to get points. We were all raising our hand, and she was just, it was a random thing. It wasn't anything personal.
Yeah, I'm glad you were able to realize that.
Mm-hmm.
So, with comparing ourselves to others, that usually involves us then criticizing our own selves. Which is not good, obviously. We shouldn't be criticizing ourselves. But I'm wondering, how do y'all tend to criticize yourselves? Is there any, is there a certain go-to that you like to get down on yourself about? Anything like that? Suze, you look like you want to say something.
This is personal. It has nothing to do with anybody else, but I really, really want a perfect figure. And when I look in the mirror and I see a pudge or I just like, oh my gosh, because I'm trying to work out a little bit and run and exercise, but I still haven't seen any progress. So
okay. So where you tend to criticize yourself the most is on your body?
On my body.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Teddy, what about you?
I'm kind of secretly in competition with my best friend. And I don't like it when she makes an A on the test and I don't, okay? Or if she makes a 97 and I get a 91 and the teacher passes out our papers and we both see our grade.
Yeah. Bluey's not against that, so Bluey sounds like you've been through this too. Yeah. Okay, so you're comparing yourself to your best friend.
When it comes to grades.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you ever tell yourself things like I'm not smart or?
Yeah, I do. Like, how does she always get the higher score?
I know, that is irritating.
Mm-hmm.
Used to irritate me.
Yep.
Okay. And how does that make y'all feel when you tell yourself that? How does it affect your self-esteem? Are you feeling better about yourself?
I know.
Are you feeling more motivated to do better? Maybe.
Well, yeah. Actually, I study even harder, but lately I study, and she doesn't, and she still get a few points higher than
That is
me.
irritating.
So it puts me back in a slump because I studied all night instead of watching Netflix.
Yeah.
And I still didn't get the score I wanted.
Yeah. What if you were to tell yourself, in those moments, I did my best. I studied as hard as I could. I tried my hardest. And, you have to be proud of yourself for that.
I think that would make me feel better.
Yeah.
Because usually I beat myself up. So if I start telling myself that, it'll help me feel better and just understand it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. Okay, I want us to do a little activity. So I want everybody to give a compliment to the person on their left. Think about it. It can be anything. I know we've only had one session with each other, but I want you to think of something that you really like about the person to your left. And because I want us to all talk about the great things about each other. Mm-hmm. So, okay, Ashley, you start with Teddy. We'll go that way.
Okay. Teddy always comes into our sessions smelling very good. So, whatever his cologne is, it smells great.
That's
you should
great.
Continue to wear it.
That's great. I noticed that too. Okay. Teddy, what's something you have for Bluey, a compliment?
Even though Bluey is quiet, he still communicates really, really well.
Yeah.
He sounds very, very smart.
I think so too. Mm-hmm. Okay, great, thanks. Bluey, what's your compliment for Seuss?
I go to school with Seuss and he's very popular. Even though he's very popular, he's nice.
Yeah.
Like, he's not mean about it. He's nice to everybody.
All right, that's a really great compliment. And Seuss, do you have a compliment for Ashley?
I'm very proud of her for how she got over her situation that happened to her this week.
Yeah.
She's not like crying or anything. She's taking a few days and she feels okay.
Yeah.
She's better.
I agree. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank y'all for sharing that. I think this is really great, this group that we have, and we can continue to compliment each other. Did that make everybody kind of feel good about themselves?
I think so. We like compliments.
Yeah, it's great.
Especially smell good compliments.
Yes, I love that compliment. Good. Yeah, that's what this group is for. Okay, I have a worksheet to pass out and some clipboards. There you go. You just want to pass that around.
Okay.
And get you a writing utensil here.
Okay.
Okay. So this activity is called My Strengths and Passions. Okay. I want y'all on this sheet of paper to write down 3 strengths and 3 things you're passionate about. Okay. Go ahead and take your time to do that. 3 strengths about yourself and then 3 things you're passionate about. And I will give y'all a minute to do that. Like, I'm really good at math. Yeah, it could be, my strength is I'm a really good friend. Yeah, that's an example of something you're passionate about. An example could be playing sports. Anything. So let's do 3 of each of those. Okay. Do we need some more time?
30 seconds.
Okay, 30 seconds. No rush. everybody done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you for doing that for me. All right, now I want us to share, if you feel comfortable, one of your strengths that you wrote down and one of your passions. Okay? Anybody want to start, Bluey? Okay, you go ahead. One strength, one passion.
One of my strengths is I'm really good at making people feel welcome and comfortable.
Yeah.
And I'm very passionate about our new school initiative to keep the campus clean. Only because
Alright.
I'm on, not only because, but because I'm on Student Government Association Committee, and that's something we're really pushing. So
That's awesome.
I want to keep the campus pretty.
That's awesome. Do y'all agree that Bluey's really good at making people feel comforted? I do. I really get that. Okay. Teddy, what about you? One strength and one passion.
One of my strengths is I actually like science. I like science and chemistry
All
and
right.
things like that. I actually get it. And I'm very passionate about my family. I'm the oldest brother, and I got three younger brothers lower than me, and I just want the best for them. I want to be a good role model for them.
That's awesome. Those are really great things. Ashley, what about you?
One of my strengths is I try not to let everybody know that I'm good at math. I don't want to look like a nerd, but I'm good at math. I'm like him. I actually get it.
Yeah.
I like math. It's fun to me. And something I'm very passionate about is my future. I would love to be able to get into an Ivy League school.
Oh, that is awesome, Ashley. Yep, thanks for sharing. Okay, and finally, Suze, one strength and one passion.
One of my strengths is, don't laugh,
We're not gonna laugh.
I like cooking.
All
I
right.
can cook good tasty meals.
Hey,
I burned up a few before I got there.
I burned up all of mine. So.
But I'm good at cooking, and I'm very passionate about I'm gonna say my family as well, because my grandparents just moved back here to be closer to my mom and dad. So I'm very passionate about my grandparents.
That's awesome. Thank you. So we all, for the most part, had different strengths and different passions. And was anybody's strength less than the other person, would you say?
No.
Did anybody's passion less than the others? Yeah, no. We all of our strengths and passions are just as important, even if they're different. So what if then we compared ourselves to ourselves, not others? What if we tried to do that? Okay, because we all share a lot of things in common, like our struggle with low self-esteem and comparing ourselves to others, but we are unique in many ways, and no one else has had quite the same life as us. We've all had our own experience. We all have our own mind. We all have a different family, history, physical abilities, personal traits, emotions. Okay, so we've all been through something. We all have a different story, okay? So I think this can help us stay grounded in who we are, and remember that just because someone else achieves something doesn't necessarily mean that that's, well, let's say this. If, for an example, somebody who's depressed, okay, getting out of bed for them is such an achievement. That's a really great thing, okay? It's really hard for people. I don't know if any of you have ever been super sad or maybe been through a rough breakup. Getting out of bed is super hard, and those people should be proud of themselves for doing that. But getting out of bed may not be an achievement for everybody. I'm not sure if that makes sense what I'm saying, but the point is, we all have different things that are achievements, and we all have different stories. So what if we compare ourselves to, well, last week I did really crap on the math test, but this week I did great. Not instead of saying, well, she did really good and I didn't. let's be proud of ourselves and how far we've come. I think that's good because, like we just said, we all have different strengths and passions.
And a little growth is better than none.
Right. Right. Okay, another activity. This is a little drawing activity. Here's some crayons. Y'all can just go from there. There is this. Okay. So this is we're gonna call this sheet My Wins, okay? I want y'all to draw your achievements and qualities about yourself that are important to you. Okay, so it doesn't matter how you draw it, if you want to do bubbles with yourself in the middle or just physically draw your achievements and your qualities, just things that you love about yourself, you love about your life, things that were hard and you overcame, and really anything that you see as an achievement or a good quality about yourself. So this may take a minute, and that is totally fine. And everybody's is gonna look different. That is okay too. But yeah, go ahead and work on that for me. And this is kind of just like a rough copy we're doing today, but if y'all want to go home and work on it a little longer, feel free. Okay, how's it coming? Do we need more time?
Already.
Okay. All right, I want us to compare and kind of just see all the different things that we have. If y'all just want to name one or two, or if you feel comfortable, things off of your wins, that would be great. Whoever wants to start. Ashley.
One of my wins is I finally got my letter from Auburn saying that I did get accepted.
Girl,
I got
awesome.
I got a few I put a few different applications out there, but I got the one back from Auburn.
That is fantastic, Ashley. That is awesome. Thank you. What about you, Bluey?
I am excited because we're moving into a bigger house, and I finally get my own room away from my little brother.
Oh my gosh. Finally, some girl privacy. Okay, that's a win for sure. What about you, Suze?
I almost thought I wasn't gonna make the honor roll for the first time in years, but I made it. I'm on honor roll, and I'm happy about that.
That is awesome. So you've made it every year.
Every year.
That is seriously impressive. Okay, what about you, Teddy?
I have always wanted to be our mascot, and I finally got chosen. So I will be the mascot next year.
That's super cool.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Maybe we should go to the games of his school and cheer him on. Okay, great. So like I said, this is just kind of like a rough copy today, but if y'all want to go home and make it all pretty, you can, or you can do it like that. And I think it'd be great if y'all add in more things like as they come up. And what I want y'all to do with that is I want you to think about it or keep it somewhere where you remember and look at it the next time you're comparing yourself to somebody and thinking, oh, their life is so great, or blah, blah, blah. And then think, well, I have all these great things about me and all these super exciting things that have happened. So definitely please keep that. Thank y'all for sharing that. So Ashley, earlier you said you were creeping on Instagram, and that's where you saw that your man had a new girlfriend. Is that right?
Heartbreak.
Okay.
He wasn't technically my man. man, but in my head he was my
He would,
man
yeah,
because he was my crush.
sure,
Yeah.
sure. Okay, so this happened on social media, and we've kind of discussed how social media is gets us into some low moments. So, does anybody have any experiences? Ashley just shared hers, but where you got on well, I think most of y'all have Instagram, right?
Or Snapchat, just
Oh.
not Facebook. That's
I
like
have
so
Facebook.
not us.
Okay. So Snapchat, Instagram. What about TikTok?
Yeah, I love TikTok.
Okay, yeah. That you saw something and it lowered your self-esteem. Anybody? Barry looks like he wants to share.
Okay.
Or she wants to share.
I put in an application to get in at the Marion Institute
Okay.
for the military,
Oh wow.
and I was all excited. This was something that I wanted to do. I wanted to announce it, and my friend already got their letter back, and they've already announced theirs. So I'm worried that their big moment will affect my moment. Like
yeah, kinda took
everybody
away your
saw
shine.
theirs, so they're gonna get all the
And
likes.
you're saying they posted this on Instagram or something?
first,
Okay.
and I haven't posted yet, so I probably won't get as many likes.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not special because I didn't get to post it first.
Yeah. You know, I hear what you're saying. Thank you for sharing that. Does anybody feel like when they look at certain accounts on Instagram, it could be people you know or celebrities, do you ever think like, oh my gosh, their life is so perfect, they look so pretty all the time? Is that a thought that any of y'all frequently have?
Yeah. Some of the singers that I follow, and Jennifer Lopez, who always has a new man.
Right.
How can she get all these cool guys and I can't?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And she's always like dressed nice, and I'm thinking, did she even work out? How she just get that shape?
Yeah. Okay. So let me ask y'all this. What type of things are y'all posting on Instagram? Are you posting a picture of you crying when you had a bad day? Anybody?
No, I don't want anybody to know I had a bad day.
Okay. What about you know, in your sweatpants, no makeup on? Are any of y'all posting that?
Let me say, no. What is she talking about, guys? No,
Okay.
we're not posting that.
Right. Okay. So what are you posting? Y'all done looking cute with your
The
friends?
best.
Right.
Only the good shots.
So then, how about this? When we look at other people and we think, oh, they live this perfect life, let's remember that, oh, wait, we don't post stuff that's hard or when we're not looking our best. So I guess they aren't either. I think Instagram and social media is kind of like a highlight reel. Nobody's posting their blooper reel, okay? Because we want to look our best. J-Lo probably has bad days, but would that get a lot of likes? Right. So I think, you know, when we're on social media and we see people looking perfect, be like, okay, yeah, and we can appreciate, we can compliment them and say, you know, they look really great, or they look like they're having a great time on their trip, but I'm sure they have their own problems back home and they're not posting about it.
Gotcha.
You know?
So true.
So we don't have to put ourselves down when we see that, because do any of your best friends not have problems of some sort? Everybody has problems, you know? We're just posting the highlight reel. So maybe, you know, some advice is maybe not to look at Instagram so seriously. Just look at it, it's for fun. We're posting our best moments, but this isn't real life.
Gotcha.
Okay? I think that's been helpful for me before. I've had some struggles with social media and comparing myself, but really a lot of it is kind of fake. And you know, celebrities have Photoshop.
You're right.
We gotta think about
And
that too.
filters.
And all the things. And makeup artist, okay? But people are just people, okay? Everyone has problems.
True.
And we're doing a lot of writing things today, but I do have another one for y'all. We're gonna make a little pros and cons list, okay? Of social media, us having social media, being on social media. What are some pros and cons?
Oh, this is good.
Can anybody think of an immediate con?
The comparison.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Would everybody agree? Okay. Yeah, write that one down for sure. Okay. Does any other pro or con come to mind for any of y'all?
Another con is it still deals with comparisons,
Mm-hmm.
but stalking.
Yeah.
When you're jealous of somebody,
Yeah.
you constantly check their page.
Yeah, they're nodding their heads. Y'all do. Yep.
Yeah.
That's something we all relate to.
So.
Okay, so not you being stalked. You're saying you go and stalk somebody else.
Right.
Okay.
Checking their page. When.
Like it consumes your mind.
Yeah, because I always want to know what they're doing because.
Right.
Just.
Sure.
It's not good.
Yeah. And it's just always there. You can always go see what they're up to.
And I've tried, like, to stop, but then something to come up and I'm like, I know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're on a date.
I've been there.
Gotcha.
I've been there.
Mhm.
Okay. What about, is there some pros to maybe having social media? One I'm thinking of, that the reason I like to have social media is because I do like to see what my close friends are up to.
It keeps you up to date.
Yeah.
Family.
Yeah, or family that doesn't live super close. I can kind of see what they're up to, and I really do like that. So I'd say that's a good thing about social media. Anybody else think of any pros or cons?
Pros, you get the word out. Like, again, our high school has a Instagram page, and we're trying to get parents to donate flowers because we're trying to beautify the school.
Okay.
So it does help get the word
Yeah.
out.
For sure. So it's good to promote stuff, events, things like that. Yeah, I agree. Any other cons? Is our big one comparison?
We just spend a lot of time.
Yeah.
So instead of resting, we're up in the middle of the night checking that phone, and then once you check it one time, you stay on for a little while.
Can't get off of it.
Addicted.
I hear that TikTok's really hard to get off
of. But you're just taking in all this stuff.
Does that ever keep y'all from like getting stuff done you need to get done? Yeah, I know for me, like if I've got like some stuff to write up, like I want to check that phone. Like I don't want to do this, and my phone's right there. I will physically have to throw my phone into the other room. So I get it. Is it looking like there's more pros or cons here?
More cons.
Yeah.
Yes,
I think so.
cons.
Now let me ask this, and we don't have to make the decision just yet. But how would y'all feel? Let's do another scale of 1 to 10. How would y'all feel about deleting social media? Let's just say for a week. Not forever, for a week. Say maybe we delete it all together right now, and we re-download it the next time we meet in a week, okay? 10, you're feeling like you're gonna die. I have to know what's going on. I can't do this. You're probably gonna re-download it and lie to us about it, okay? And 1 is, I could not care less. Actually, I deleted it already. Okay, 1 to 10, how would you feel about us deleting it, Bluey?
I'm gonna say, 1, I don't want it done.
1, you'd be fine.
Okay.
If you got
Okay,
deleted.
well, I'm gonna say a 6 because right now I really want that beautification. I want us to do the garden thing.
Oh
At my
yeah.
school.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. Okay, Suze, what about you?
I'm gonna say I'm a little iffy. I cannot delete Instagram cold turkey. So I'm gonna say a 5.
Okay, 5's not too bad. Ashley, what about you?
A 10. No, I'm not ready.
Can't live without it.
I baby steps. Maybe I can put my phone away in my purse
Yeah.
for a couple of hours, but to go a week with no
A week.
Instagram, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Thank you for being honest about it. Yeah. Teddy, what about you?
I can delete it. It's not a big deal to me. I
Okay.
don't need Instagram.
Okay. Okay. seems like we need a little more work to do before we take that step, but let's think like unbiased. Do y'all think that that could be beneficial to you? I'm not saying it's not going to be hard.
I think I can see how that would
I
help
think
us.
that could be a good practice for us.
Yeah.
And, you know, what if we started off at like a day before we jump to like a whole week? I think,
Yeah, baby steps.
because Ashley here can't live without it. We can't have her dependent on Instagram, you know?
Baby steps.
And we gotta get our stuff done. So, yeah, I like what you said though about maybe just like you said, like just shutting it off, like shutting your phone off. I think that could be good. Maybe deleting it's a bit hard right now.
Little steps.
Okay, well, on that note then, for this next week, we're not gonna delete it for the whole week, but
Okay.
I think, if y'all have all have iPhones. Yeah, okay. You know, it has like it tells you time. It tells you how much time you spend on each app, and you can set it to a limit. What if we set Instagram to 3 hours a day? A limit. Is that doable? Could we try that for this week? What about, is 4 hours a little better?
I could do 4 hours.
Okay. So the second we get done with this, I want you to get on your phones, and I will check next week that you did it, because it'll show me how much time you spent on it. Okay, let's do 4 hours limit.
Okay.
And then I want us to come back next week and see if that was beneficial.
Next week, weekdays or weekend or week.
Yeah, the whole week. Ashley, you can do it. We all believe in you. Okay, so that is our homework.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's set some realistic goals for ourselves. Does anybody, like, what are some short-term goals you want to achieve to boost your self-esteem? They can be small, they can be big. What are some practical steps, achievable steps that we can take to do better in this?
Do better.
Or just feel to not compare ourselves to others so much. Maybe it could be something that I mentioned that really stuck out to you today. Just what's a small goal? If anybody wants to share.
One of my goals is, let's see, I'm trying to think. I need some think time.
Yes, let's give her some think time.
I'm gonna work on my Instagram usage.
Yes, that'll be something we all do.
Um,
Now, we all have different, like, specific struggles, and yours is about your crush. Is there, which I do think the Instagram thing will help for this, but is there, a specific goal or a certain something, you can tell yourself or do to stop feeling so crappy about this whole thing?
I can tell myself I'm just as cute as she is. It's
Yeah.
just not my time to date.
Right.
I'll meet somebody.
Yeah, that's not your man. And tell yourself, I want somebody who's all in for me,
All right.
and he's not, and that's okay.
And that's okay.
We can be happy for them. Yeah. I think, it's really important for us, like I said, to remember that that's their win is not our loss.
Right.
We can be happy for them, and that's really hard to do sometimes. Back when I was that age, I would feel so envious when people, girls especially, like my friends, got, like you said, better grades, or maybe they had a cuter outfit. I would feel so angry. And they were my best friends. Like, I loved them, but I would be so envious, and I would, like, pray for their downfall, which is sad. Their win is not my loss. We all have different things. And now that you have your wins worksheet, look at those things. And I really encourage y'all to keep adding to that. Maybe, how about this? Let's bring it back every week. And we can see
Add some more wins.
add some more wins. Okay, I know we already have one homework, but I do have another homework to give. I want you to bring it next time, and we're gonna share a little bit of it, not all of it, but I want you to write a letter to your younger self, okay? What would you tell her if she was feeling insecure?
Ooh, that's a good one.
How would she feel if she saw you struggling with this? Okay, let's say your 8-year-old self. If she was thinking, I'm so ugly, you know, my body's not as good as these other girls, what would you tell her? Okay, so write a little letter. It can be about a page. It can be longer if you want. And spend some time reflecting on that. And then bring that back next week. So we'll have 2 things to check in on. How it went on our time limit for the Instagram, and how our letters went. And we can maybe share some, but I know a lot of those will be personal, so you don't have to share. Okay, so we're about finished here, but I want to know, what was y'all's favorite part of today's session? If anybody wants to share, you don't have to, but is there anything you really enjoyed about today's session? Bluey?
I'm really feeling that letter. Like, I'm excited to do that letter to my younger self, because I think of things I want to tell younger kids now who might be having silent cries about.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm excited to do that.
That'll be helpful, you think? Good, good. Anybody else? Sue, did you have a favorite part of today?
The Instagram challenge.
Okay, so y'all are up for a good challenge.
Yeah,
I like that.
I enjoyed that.
Teddy here is gonna have no problems.
No.
Well, I really, really appreciate y'all for coming again today, and it's important to me that y'all are here every week. I already can feel this. Does everybody kind of feel closer?
Yeah.
Are we feeling a little more open to sharing than we were at the start?
I like the tone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important that y'all continue to come, because we're each other's support group. If you need me outside of these group sessions, y'all have my number, your parents have my number, please contact me. I don't ever want y'all feeling alone, and yeah, I am here for you, and I care for you all, and I wish the best for you all.
Gotcha.
So, yes. Thank you guys, and I will see you next week.
You did so good!